The campaign turns nasty. Celebrity.
He's the biggest celebrity in the world.
And race.
And he doesn't look like all the presidents on the dollar bills and the $5 bills.
And race.
The only way they figure they're going to win this election is if they make you scared of me.
His comments were clearly with the race card.
Do you really think that Barack Obama was playing racial politics there?
Absolutely. John McCain doesn't have a racist bone in his body, and there's no doubt in my mind that what Senator Obama is trying to suggest that he's a victim of something.
He's the biggest celebrity in the world. But is he ready to lead?
Bob Herbert, the columnist for the New York Times, wrote yesterday, both of these ads were foul, poisonous, and emanated from the upper reaches of the Republican Party. He's referring to that blonde in that Harold Ford Jr. ad when he was running for senator in Tennessee. What a surprise. Both were designed to exploit the hostility, anxiety, and resentment of the many white Americans who are still freakishly hung up on the idea of black men rising above their station and becoming sexually involved with white women, saying that what the McCain campaign did this week was similar to what Republicans did against Harold Ford Jr. in Tennessee when he was running for the Senate.
Well, that's ludicrous. I mean, John McCain has worked overtime to keep race out of this campaign and to keep the focus on issues.
Do you agree, Mr. Mayor, with Bob Herbert, Donna Brazile, that this ad, this Britney Spears Paris Hilton ad, was similar in nature to the blonde woman ad that was used against Harold Ford Jr.?
I think it was a more subtle attack in that same direction, but the people that are behind those kind of ads know exactly the type of emotions that they're going to bring out of people. There's no question that the people that put those ads out, Wolf, know exactly what they're doing.
There's a lot of danger in this for Barack Obama. And it cuts both ways, but most of the negatives go to him. It's all about his response. If he comes off looking surly, if he comes off looking angry, then that could inure to the benefit of the other candidates. Sort of happened in Tennessee with Harold Ford, another telegenic African-American candidate who found himself in the position of taking in these racial charges and responding in a slightly angry way. The voters didn't like that, and it turned out to be a big problem for him. He lost.
Senator Obama did make a mistake when he lumped in John McCain with Republicans when he talked about they're going to say, you know, I look different. They're going to point this out because John McCain has been scrupulous about not raising race in any way, and Obama then gave him an opening to fight back.
That's right. I mean, and in fact, McCain has not even, he's condemned ads that weren't even directly racial. You could say that it's a fair shot for the North Carolina Republican Party to use an ad with Jeremiah Wright, Reverend Jeremiah Wright. But McCain is so hesitant to be lumped in with anything that has any racial tinge in it, although some people are critical of this new ad, the Britney ad.
There has been a very intentional effort to paint him as somebody outside the mainstream, other. He's not
mostly
one
below
of
the
us.
radar screen.
It's below the radar screen. I think the McCain campaign has been scrupulous about not directly saying it, but it's the subtext of this campaign. Everybody knows that, and when they send, there are certain kind of signals. As a native of the South, I can tell you when you see this Charlton Heston ad, the one, that's code for he's uppity. He ought to stay in his place. You know, everybody gets that. Who's from a Southern background. We all understand that.
The crowning, crashing irony of this year is that the first African-American president to be nominated by a major party has the weakness of being too upper crust. That is, he's Columbia University, he's Harvard Law School, he is just not
arugula
and Freshfield, Hopefields.
Again, that is another way of putting him down when, God, look, frankly, my parents were just happy that we got out of high school and went to college, and now all of a sudden you go to Harvard, you're uppity. Well, my God.
Maybe there's a degree of uppityness that's being implied. I don't see it. You know, so much of this is about the eye of the beholder. It's so interesting. I had two good friends over last night to my house, African-American Obama supporters. I asked them, do you think that by injecting Paris Hilton and Britney Spears into this ad, the McCain campaign was trying to make something sexual about it, like with the Harold Ford ad, the 2006 Tennessee.
I can see a little bit of that.
And they said no. On the other hand, I was emailing with a dear Republican friend this morning who was a McCain supporter. He said yes.
You think running a campaign ad in which you feature Britney Spears and Paris Hilton with Barack Obama is respectful.
I do. First off, we all ought to relax a little bit. It's a bit of humor. There's a very serious point to that ad, and it gets right to it, which is notwithstanding his celebrity status, Barack Obama ready to lead? And my answer is no, that Barack Obama is a gifted, eloquent young man who can, and I hope will, give great leadership to America in the years ahead.
By including Britney Spears and Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
Isn't that demeaning?
No, I think it raises a question. First of all, I think it's cute.
Well,
and a lot of people.
What does he have to do with Paris Hilton or Britney Spears?
Look beyond the celebrity status is what this ad is saying. This is a good young man. Is he ready to lead? Or as ready as John McCain? No.
10 years ago, you went to the floor of the United States Senate, and you said that our public life is coarsening. You said that the society's values are shrinking. That's an ad that plays to the worst instincts in America, which is to diminish someone's character.
But what
and then Karl Rove turns around, and Karl Rove brings up another statement saying Obama's like the guy at the country club with the beautiful date and a martini and a cigarette in his hand. What are they trying to do?
Karl Rove doesn't work for the McCain campaign. That's
well, they just hired Karl Rove's top protege to help produce these kinds of ads. And believe me, they talked to Karl Rove.
McCain, it seemed to me, and I think to a lot of people, it tapped into a growing issue. And that is the issue of whether Obama is arrogant and acting as if he's already president. I want to show you what he said to House Democrats in a closed caucus this week. Let's put it up on the screen. This is Obama talking to them, according to someone who was in the meeting. This is the moment the world is waiting for. I have become a symbol of the possibility of America returning to our best traditions. Senator Daschle, wouldn't a little modesty serve Obama well?
First of all, that's a third-hand report.